Third man in, yeah.
Hey, hockey fans, welcome to Hockey Night in Belmont. I'm your host, Gomer. Going to be talking about the NHL playoffs, or the lack of them, thanks to the CCP virus. And considering that the NHL regular season is now shot, it's time to look at the options for the playoffs. Now, I don't think the playoffs are going to start till mid-May, because this lockdown is going to last to the end of April and maybe into May, so we'll see. The NHL has probably had a whole bunch of options and ideas sent to them from the various owners. And one of my favorites, this has probably been talked about before, but this was also my idea at the time, was to have a 32-team single-round elimination playoff. Now, I know we only have 31 teams, so that means that the top seed, which was Boston, would get a bye into the second round. After each round, the pairings would be reseeded in the order. So Boston would always be the top seed all the way up to the final, if they were to go on that far. This would make for some very interesting matchups and also be quicker. You could have this done in 2 weeks, because no one really wants to play hockey into July when some arenas have a hard time keeping the ice cold. So let's look at some of the matchups we have here. So like I said, Boston gets the bye. You would have St. Louis and Detroit, a classic Norris Division matchup. A lot of nostalgia there. Would be good for the league. Colorado hosting the Senators. That'd be okay to see. San Jose at Tampa. That would be a good one for the 90s expansion teams facing off for the first time. The Kings at Washington. This might have been good 4 years ago, but not so good now. Anaheim, Philly, again, something that would have been good like 15 years ago. New Jersey at Pittsburgh, another classic Patrick Division matchup. A lot of history between those two teams. It'd be good. Another good game. Montreal at Edmonton would be a very intriguing matchup. They haven't met in the playoffs since 1981, when a young Edmonton team led by Wayne Gretzky met the more veteran Habs team led by Guy Lafleur. Now, Lafleur at that time was just coming off a serious knee injury in a car accident, so he wasn't at 100%, and the team didn't really have any good coaching at the time. So this would be a pretty good matchup that hasn't been seen since then. Chicago and Dallas, that'd be more like a Norris Division rivalry, because Dallas moved from Minnesota back in the day, and they played each other a lot. Arizona and Carolina, that'd be okay. Minnesota, Toronto, not quite a Norris Division matchup, but it is what it is. Nashville and Columbus would be a regional matchup. It would actually be a good one for fans. I think there's, 3-4 hours between the two cities to drive there. Florida at New York for the Islanders. Not much to say about that kind of game. Vancouver, Winnipeg. Anytime you have an all-Canadian matchup, it's good. Good for the fans. Be a lot of excitement. And last, we got Calgary and the Rangers. Now, the last time the Flames had the Rangers in a playoff, I think, was when it was definitely with the Atlanta Flames. I'm not sure if it was 77, 78, or 79. One of those 3 years. I'm pretty sure they met once. So there we have it. Those would be the matchups for a 32-team playoff. Like I said, after that round, you reseed these things. So you're never going to see Boston and St. Louis until you get to the final, if they were to survive. But this would be a unique opportunity for the NHL to do something different and to give everyone a shot at making at the Stanley Cup. Be a once-in-a-lifetime thing, unless the CCP is hiding more stuff. And I'm all for it. The only other thing you can do is have like a home and away, and then base everything on aggregate, so you're plus-minus. Or a best-of-3 series for each round, and that would take it almost to July, definitely late June. Or they go back to the 16-team playoff format. First round would be a best-of-3, the second round would be a best-of-5, the third and fourth rounds would be best-of-7s. But I like this one better. It's the opportunity. Anyway, on one final note, Summit Series star Pat Stapleton, he died at age 79 over the past week. Now, Pat Stapleton was famously might have kept the puck that Paul Henderson scored in that final game during the Soviet Canada Summit Series. He still has never come forward to say that he has it, because I don't think he wants to give it up if he did, or give it away to the Hockey Hall of Fame. He wants to keep that in the family. I don't blame him. Now, he played in 2 Stanley Cup finals both with the Hawks, which they lost. And he also spent some time in the WHA. Played from 56 to 73 in the NHL, and then he played in the World Hockey Association in 73 all the way up to 78, retiring with the Cincinnati Stingers. So, my condolences to his family, and for everyone else out there, I hope you guys keep safe, and hopefully hockey returns soon. Till next time, this is Gomer. I'm out of here.